Hey there, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably into cryptids and monsters. Well, if you have a creative spark, you can always join us in our first ever Supernatural Selection zine project. For 2024, we are doing cryptid encounters, where you can draw or write a encounter with a cryptid of your choice, and we'll put it in the zine. The current submission window is from early January to late June. If you're interested in finding out more, you can always go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/zines. That is ZINES. Now back to the show. Welcome to the Distraction Hole. Ooh, that was rough.
We did that.
Yes, we did. Hi, welcome to the Distraction Hole. I am your host this week, David Davis, the worst host for this podcast.
I don't know. I think we all kind of suck at this show.
Exactly.
Right,
I was going to say, that's strong words when you got Mike sitting over here.
See, your shows have a chaos goblin energy to them, Mike.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the fun Chaos Goblin. I'm just
the good one.
I'm an unappealing Chaos Goblin.
Oh, please.
Anyway, so with
I'm
me
going to
this...
make you host Supernat sometime.
Oh, man. All right, so this week we've got Kevin. Kevin, how you doing?
I am doing okay. My Dusty Pages is out of town on family stuff right now, so I'm lonesome.
Now,
And I just can't fill that void.
now, Dusty Pages.
That's my fiance.
Yes, I understand, but is there a reason why they chose to have a porn star name?
It's like a
I don't-
librarian. porn
Okay,
star.
she's not. Yeah, it's a librarian thing, and I'm not gonna say she's innocent, but I don't know if she caught the connotation of that when she chose that name.
Well, she is the person who, when we were trying to decide what to eat, and one of us suggested Five Guys. What did she say, Kevin?
I could do Five Guys.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
She also talked about we were going to Mexico. You know what? Let's not do this.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing good.
okay, all right. And then Mike, how are you doing? Because you're with us this week.
yeah, I'm a little sleepy. I'm not gonna lie. I was zoning out, like with YouTube videos and playing Power Wash Simulator, and I just got really sleepy all of a sudden.
Yeah. Can we
So
just
maybe this
for
will
a
wake me up.
second talk about how awesome that game is? It's a lot of fun.
I wouldn't call it awesome. It's definitely
adore that game.
cathartic in a way, but I wouldn't call it awesome. That's a bit of a stretch.
Well,
I don't know. It's one of my favorites.
it keeps coming up on the show, which we keep talking about the same stuff over and over again, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Power Wash Simulator is on the Supernatural Selection approved game list, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
There's only like three or four approved games
Approved.
on there. Approved.
I don't know. We may have to start putting together some shit on the blog about, like, if you like Supernatural Selection, try these things. That's kind of what I'm leaning into with one of my topics today. So with that said, maybe I should kick us off. What do you think?
Sure. Go for it.
Kick it.
Yeah. That way
Like
we don't
it's
have
hot.
to spend 3 minutes arguing over who goes first.
Sure. How about we do the you, me, Mike, or you, Mike, me, whichever one.
Okay, we'll
care.
start with me, and then we'll figure it out. One of you will be itching to jump in, I'm sure. So yeah, yesterday was Free Comic Book Day. Got some free comics on May the 4th.
I forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we're at work, so couldn't really participate anyway.
Yeah, my friend owns a comic shop, so I got there.
Oh, that's cool.
Like there was a line down the block, which was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, apparently they did pretty well. But no, I got in there. Like I just decided to get in line. I didn't go through the back entrance like I usually do. But yeah. So then I get up to the thing to get my books, and he just drags me behind the counter. He's like, "No, you stay here." So it was funny because I'm like, hey, can I help? Can I help? It's like, no, you're good. So I just went and grabbed my comics, and I went to my dad's house, set him up with his printer. Which, by the way, you need apps to run printers now. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
we're gonna get away from using HP.
Yeah, good luck with that. But while after we took care of that, it took me way more time than I would have liked.
Yeah.
We watched the first episode of Fallout. He enjoyed it. I think he's going to be watching more. He's right now currently addicted to For All Mankind, so I'm going to let him go through the show at his own pace.
I still need to finish that.
Crawl out through the Fallout.
I think I stalled on the last episode.
Yeah.
And then went back to the comic shop, hung out until close, and that's not my distraction. My distraction is actually something that came out on May the 4th, which was the Tales of the Empire.
Ooh.
Which, did you guys ever see Tales of the Jedi?
I didn't really watch. I hate to say it, I've kind of, been soured on Star Wars a bit lately.
No, I can feel that. But, here's the thing. I like animated Star Wars quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think they've done some great stuff. Tales of the Jedi, I really enjoyed, because So with Tales of the Jedi, the gimmick is that it's an anthology, and it follows the perspectives of two characters. In Tales of the Jedi, it was Count Dooku and Ahsoka Tano. And I found the Dooku stuff more compelling, mostly because we've seen a lot of Ahsoka and we know her story beats. There wasn't really anything new in that one, aside from her training with Anakin against the 501st, and that's how she was able to survive Order 66, because she had fought clones. Yeah, okay. So Anakin indirectly saved her life that way. The Dooku stuff was fascinating. I loved that, just to see his rise from being a Jedi to becoming a Sith Lord and everything like that. Now, Tales of the Empire, the two characters for this season are Morgan Elsbeth, who was in The Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Right. That's the
Night
lady
Sister
that was working with the Dathomir witches.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. Threw in a fun little bit of General Grievous, which they did a good job of making him scary.
General Kenobi!
They did a good job of making him scary again, which is pretty good. It just helps if you have a bunch of nameless people to slaughter.
And don't have him coughing like an asthmatic.
Yeah. But they also had Thrawn and Pelion, which made me happy. But the other character, and the story that I found much more interesting in this case, was Barriss Offee. Now, do you guys remember the Clone Wars TV show?
Is she the Padawan?
Yeah, she's a Padawan. The show is years old at this point, so we can just say that she was put on trial for a bombing of the Jedi Temple, and that's the reason Ahsoka left the Order.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so for the longest time, we didn't know what the fuck happened to Barriss, right? But this kind of gives you that story, and it was a lot of fun. Obviously, it's going to tie into the Inquisitors, because, what are you going to do with Force users that aren't Jedi in this timeline? And then, it's obviously Inquisitors, but it goes in an interesting direction. So, if you like your Star Wars anthology stuff, if you like the animated style, definitely give Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Empire a try. But I just finished watching that, so I figured I'd mention that. But the thing that I wanted to really talk about tonight was Resident Alien.
Now, that's the Alan Tudyk, right?
Yeah, Alan Tudyk, yeah. So, have you guys seen that at all?
Nope.
No, because we don't have cable,
oh.
And I don't think we've got it on any of our streaming services right now.
I started watching it on Netflix, but now I'm watching the third season on Peacock. I think Netflix only has the first 2 seasons, although they might be adding the third season this month. But it's a science fiction mystery dramedy. and it's based on a comic book by Peter Hogan and Steve Parkhouse. Now, I've never read the comic, but I'm going to look into it.
Oh, it's a comic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started as a comic. And I just found out that the show premiered its first season on my birthday in 2021, so I can't believe it took me this long to watch it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of looking through some stuff right now. So obviously the main attraction here is Alan Tudyk as the resident alien, I guess you'd call him. So I'm trying to figure out how much to talk about regarding the show, because I don't want to spoil it in case you guys watch it, but I think anything that's kind of in the trailer is fair game. So he is an alien. He takes the form of a person named Harry Vanderspiegel in this town.
That's a name.
It's a name.
Yeah, in this town in Colorado called Patience. And then what happens is, the town doctor is murdered, and he ends up becoming the doctor of the town. Meanwhile, he's trying to hide the fact that he's an alien from a child that recognizes him as an alien. Usually he's in disguise, but this child is able to see through that disguise. The other thing is that his mission is to destroy the Earth. So he's kind of working as a town doctor, dealing with this kid, dealing with, developing human emotions, all while trying to destroy the Earth. And it's a lot of fun. I'm currently, I think, halfway through Season 3 right now. I don't know if there's going to be a Season 4, but I hope so.
Can I just say, I think you just described grown-up Invader Zim.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like that. It has that kind of Invader Zim vibe, but not as Hot Topic random. But no, it's really good. One of my favorite things, the thing that sold me on the show was Alan Tudyk is the alien, in alien makeup or whatever, gaslighting this 10-year-old. Telling this 10-year-old, oh, you're gonna die. At one point, he tries to cut the kid's bike brake line.
Jesus.
Yeah. So if you want to see an alien try to kill a child for 10 episodes, it's great. It's absolutely great. The supporting cast is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. A lot of native representation, which is really cool. They deal with, the indigenous reservations and stuff there. So I kind of want to say it's on the Supernatural Selection approved list. I mean, you guys are gonna have to watch it, but it goes pretty deep into alien lore. They name those different alien species, and then in fact, oh god, who is the ancient aliens guy?
Oh, Sukalos.
Yeah, Sukalos shows up.
Sucralose.
Really?
Yes, he is at a convention in the show, and he gets to meet an alien.
Good God.
And it's amazing. It is the most adorable fucking thing. But it's they'll drop these little bits of lore. They mention the tall whites. They talk about the gray. When they talk about the gray, it's in the context of stuff that we've talked about in the podcast. They talk about the reptilians.
Have they shown up?
Yes. So the gray have shown up. I don't want to you'll get little hints of them here and there, but I don't want to necessarily spoil some stuff. But there's more than one type of alien that shows up in the show.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I always like when they do get into the lore.
What's also fun is when they do the abductions are quite disturbing. It's a comedy show, but there's that the dramatic element, and when they show the abductions, it's quite intense. It's no, that's what people talk about. A lot of the stuff reminded me of Communion. Down to using hypnotic regression therapy to
Holy shit. That's a deep dive.
And then the whole time you've got Alan Tudyk pretending to be a human in the most unconvincing way imaginable. It's fantastic.
He's terrible at it?
Yes, he's absolutely terrible at it. He, I don't know, it's hard to describe without giving too much away, but he's just, the whole reason I wanted to watch the show was because of him. I finally watched it, and I'm so glad I'm watching this show, and I'm really hoping to get another season because God damn, is it funny.
Oh, good.
So it's definitely one I recommend you guys take a watch through.
Kevin, we should definitely watch it, at least to compare to a former coworker of ours to see if he was any less human acting than...
yeah, our Skinwalker friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to hang on. Kubaduba in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to make sure, we need to see how well he's doing against Kubaduba.
Well, and here's the thing. What I want is when you guys to watch it, I kind of want to put together like a master post of like Supernatural Selection approved media, because I think this would definitely fit on there because it has enough of that deep dive alien shit. And I think it's because producer, I think his name's Chris Sheridan. He seems to be in the know.
Right.
And, you know, the other thing is it reminds me of, like, because it's a sci-fi show. Like, sci-fi, like, S-Y-F-Y. That horrible spelling that they gave the...
Yeah, the one that they could copyright.
Yeah, but, like, it reminds me of an old-school sci-fi show, like, Eureka or Warehouse 13.
Oh,
yeah.
man, I liked the premise of Eureka, and I feel like they kept botching it with the main story arcs.
I'm just saying that if, like, you take, like, you set a night aside for, like, Resident Alien, Farscape, and Warehouse 13...
You know what? Throw Lex in there while you're
Lex,
at it. We may as well.
God, yeah, there are some
Remember
other great
Lex,
sci-fi
Mike?
shows.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I was never too fond of Lex.
It was terrible, but I mean, it was on.
Yeah.
I think you guys would like. I know you in particular, Kevin. I know you would enjoy it because it definitely has. It'll be like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where you just kind of lean forward, you point at the screen. Oh, there it is. That's the kind of vibe I get from it for you.
You know what? It's probably going to be the other Leonardo DiCaprio thing where it's like, you have my attention, now you have my interest.
Yes. Yeah. So, I definitely think that you guys should watch it. That way we can kind of like start putting together here's the good media that kind of goes with the podcast. Because I think it's a good fit. But, yeah, I mean...
No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically all I got is I watched some Star Wars, did Free Comic Book Day, and watched Resident Alien, and I'm going to finish that up. So, there you go. Like, I don't have a huge segment this week, because...
No, that's fine.
Yeah, pretty direct and to the point on this one, so... All right.
Yeah.
So, who's next?
Well, cool. Yeah, Mike, what you got? Up in her.
So, there's a couple things that I've, like, closed the books on this week, like watched the finale of the Bad Batch. You talk about Star Wars reminded me. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
I have to say,
if
you've seen some of Bad Batch, and you should definitely continue on through it.
I did not expect it to end as happily as it did.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping it would. Like, you know, I was wondering which tone they were gonna go for the ending.
Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not complaining or anything like that, but
I was pleasantly surprised by the little time skip at the end.
Yeah.
Or did they do a time skip?
Yeah.
There's going to be more of a certain character, and I'm looking forward to it because I've really grown to love that character.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious who the character is going to be, right, Kevin? Who the character he's talking about is?
Who?
Okay, he doesn't get it. Never mind.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, Mike and I, we're seeing eye to eye on this one.
No, it's okay. Y'all can tell me.
I mean, Omega.
Yeah.
Oh, Omega.
Omega, Tick, Hunter, Echo, Rekka. Yeah. I just like the way she says things.
I just like the fact that they went with a weird British pronunciation of, like in Doctor Who, there's one of the founders of Time Lord Society is Omega, and they call him Omega.
Yeah, it's Amiga and her sisters Amstrad and Commodore 64.
Nice.
Oh man.
But no, I mean, that was good. I like that.
Like a lot of loose ends tied up too.
Yeah.
Like it was good to see a certain creature.
Yes. That and also the like I was going with the whole time I'm watching this last season, I'm going, because it directly involves the Emperor, and I'm going, what are they gonna do about this? Because that's a little advanced for the time, because this is taking place, pre A New Hope, right?
Yeah.
This is like just after.
I think we're 2 years.
Clone Wars starts off with Order 88 or whatever.
66, yeah.
66, yeah. I knew it was 2 numbers.
Yeah, so I think Bad Batch takes place like maybe 2 years post Clone Wars, and that still leaves like 18 years to get to maybe like 16 or 17 years to get to the original trilogy time period. So
the whole the bad scientist guy, I forget his name. Hemlock. Yeah,
very, very on the nose, by the way.
What he was working on. When they reveal what that was, I'm like, oh wow, this is awful soon. It's like, oh, good, they wrapped that up.
Yeah, and then it also sets up why it never really took in the sequel trilogy, which So if you're familiar with the Bad Batch and the sequel trilogy, you totally understand where Mike and I are at. Meanwhile, Kevin's just like, okay.
Yep. Whatever.
It's fun, though. It's a fun ride. Honestly, like, I've been obsessed with the Bad Batch since it came out. It ended very well for me. I hope that Star Wars continues to do animated stuff, because it's all been good for me.
I think they will. I mean, I don't think they're having... Look, as long as they have Filoni around, I'm pretty sure they will.
Well, and they've got all those assets, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been sitting on those assets forever or so.
They've been sitting on their assets. Right. Yep, that's Disney, all right.
That's them.
Let's see here. What else? Trying to think. Other than I have one big topic for us to discuss. I'm trying to think of all the little things I've done.
All the little things.
So here's a little bit of controversy that I've been...
I was wondering if you were going to bring this up.
Monitoring. And so, all right. So, y'all know I've been playing Helldivers 2. I haven't played in about a week or two yet. But, so a thing happened. So it's I can't remember. I don't think the studio that made it, Arrowhead Studios, I'm pretty sure they're not owned by Sony, but they were contracted by Sony to make this game. Basically, Sony paid for the game. And when it first came out on Steam, it did not require you to sign into a PlayStation profile, but the whole time it was on Steam, which I've even verified using the Wayback Machine, looking at, Steam pages from last year that were cached. It said on there, plain as day, third-party account required, Sony PlayStation account. And so it said that the whole time, but they didn't enforce it because apparently they had a bit of a problem integrating the two. There was something going on that just wasn't working right. So you were able to, up until the 6th of May, you were able to buy it on Steam, launch it, and then exit out of the PlayStation Network, sign in, and just play. Well, now they said that come May 6th that you have to have a PlayStation Network account to play.
I actually just got an update on this.
Yeah, and the internet has lost its goddamn mind over it.
Well, and there have been results, though. I'm literally... Did you see the tweet from PlayStation?
I've seen a few, but I hadn't seen anything like concrete.
So this was posted at 9 o'clock.
Stuff.
Well, here, you explain what the... So the main situation is they took the ability for people to play Helldivers without signing into the PlayStation Network, right?
Well, they were going to, because like I said, it wasn't supposed to roll out until, for us, as we're speaking now, till tomorrow.
Right.
So, and there are some legitimate issues there. Like, the problem is that there were people that were able to buy it that live in countries that you cannot actually make a PlayStation account in. Like, if you make a PlayStation account, you cannot select the country you're living in if you're living in one of these countries. But
right.
Other than that, like the people blowing up Reddit saying that, it's a breach of, agreement and suing and all this. It's like, it was said that it said it on the Steam page.
Right. No.
Just because you could like bypass it and play doesn't mean that it wasn't eventually going to come about. Like I think it is a dumb move for Sony, but I think it's a dumb move for Sony to have allowed it to begin with. I think if there was a technical issue there, maybe they should have just delayed the game, because allowing people to play it without a PlayStation Network account, and we're talking about just a free account, and it's not even you need to like sign in every time. All you have to do is make a PlayStation account, link it to your Steam account. Like I did that when I first installed it, and I forgot that it was had a PlayStation account. It just works once you link Steam to it.
Yeah.
But
I do have an update as of 9:00 tonight.
Yeah.
Did you catch that update?
I did not.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and read the tweet from PlayStation. Oh, I'm sorry, the X post or the Zeet or whatever they're calling it. Fuck.
God,
it's a tweet. We're not caving like the BBC did.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from @PlayStation. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans.
So, I think one thing I read was that a commenter say that was kind of more in line with me, that it's a little more moderate about it, because I think the just over the top outrage was silly.
Yeah.
I don't say it was. I don't think it was a complete great move by Sony.
Right.
What they should have done is kind of done a more like carrot approach instead of a stick approach. Like, ow, the cat bit me. Like, say...
The cat's upset about Helldivers.
Say, I know it's all that Sony wants your data. I mean, that's all it is about ever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend that there's any other motive there, like it's an altruistic thing. But I think they should have said, maybe you get some kind of perks. Like in the game, they have the battle pass, not battle pass. I forget what it's called. There's a thing in the game, and I can't remember the term for right now, that allows you to unlock, mostly cosmetic stuff, but some, like guns and grenades and things like that. They should just come up with if you're linked to PlayStation, you get access to this one, And so the way it worked for say the pre-order is, if you pre-ordered the game, you directly when it launched, you got access to this I wish I could remember the term, but you got access to this set of equipment that you could buy with in-game currency. It's not like you just got all the stuff. You still had to get the currency to buy them, but you got the ability to select from that set. But if you came in after and you didn't pre-order, you could still earn a different type of in-game currency or buy that with money to get that same set that the pre-order people got. So they don't ever, there's only a few things they ever have locked that you can't just get either through playing the game a lot or, say buying the in-game currency to unlock. So I think if it was just one of those situations, like it was I wish I could remember that term. I'd have to launch the game, and I don't feel like launching the game right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if just some kind of little reward that, wasn't like a giant leg up just to a PlayStation Network person, but, say incentivized people to link their accounts instead of saying, oh, you just won't be able to play anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, and here's the thing. Sorry, my cat is running all over the place here.
Yeah, everybody's having cat
issues. Yeah, she knocked down my router as you were talking.
And Conti is over here stepping on my keyboard. So
it's a Cat-astrophe. That's the name of our episode.
It is.
It's a Cat-astrophe.
Oh man. Okay, so the point I was gonna make is that when have gamers been known to overreact to things? Really, Mike?
I know.
Never, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
And reviews on Steam, which have normally been, very, very positive, of course, in the last couple of days have just tanked. Yeah. And that's really what. So I can't blame the review bombing so much, because that's the only reason Sony even put out that statement. I guarantee you. Yeah. Like, if it had just been people on forums bitching about it, Sony wouldn't have given a shit. But the review bombing definitely helped. And so, but these people that are acting like it's the end of the world or the biggest crime against gamers ever is. But
it's also the people who are like attacking the developers, who have no say in this, but they're like, I've been seeing some of the tweets like lobbying the developers, and it's pretty fucked, man. Like it's not their fault.
No, and the developers from day one have said, "Hey, this is Sony's thing. They paid for it. They paid for us to make this game, so we have to kind of do this."
Well, I don't think reading comprehension is a great thing among gamers, because they keep hitting the A button to skip the dialogue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's pretty good.
Sorry.
But no. But yeah, I can't. That's even dumber is, hate against them, because it wasn't their call. If they said from the beginning, if it was our call, in fact, they were behind the scenes also championing Sony to not, just blanket put this out there. Yeah. And the review bombing helped them, point to it and be like, look, see what happens when you do this. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, Sony having made a statement, hopefully, allays some fears, but there's still just some. So PC gaming, I've been PC gaming for a long time. I'm old. I'm an old
nerds.
And I'm just used to, looking at the requirements for a game. Like, I know I have a pretty good computer, so I don't really have to worry about the technical requirements, but I still look at them just to see what, about the kind of performance and stuff I'm going to get. So, if you looked at the requirements when buying this game, it wouldn't have come as a surprise that they were going to eventually try this. But I think just, I'm not victim blaming, but I think there is a modicum of personal responsibility that has to be put in here. Yeah. Like, if you don't look both ways before crossing the street and get hit by a car, is it really all the car's fault?
Pass.
Yeah. See, I mean, I think there's some shared responsibility there, and just like here, there's some shared responsibility.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
Buyer beware.
Right.
And I've seen some also, arguments about, well, corporations are just shitty. It's like, yes, everybody knows corporations are shitty. That's why you should be on your guard when you're buying shit.
Yes, that's why buyer beware is there.
Like if I'm buying a Microsoft game, I fully expect it to be fully integrated with Microsoft shit. Mm-hmm. If I'm buying an Ubisoft game, I expect it to be fully integrated with the Ubisoft shit. If I'm buying a Sony game, I fully expect it to be fully integrated with Sony shit. Well, so
it's sad how rare it is for like a company to like fuck up and do something cool. Like the other day, the entire James Bond film collection was on sale in the Microsoft video store for $5. It was all digital copies of that, right? It was a glitch or something. So a bunch of people bought it, and then instead of like saying, okay, no, we fucked up, you can go ahead and keep it. Nope. Everybody got refunded their $5, but it would have been cool. It's like, oh no, I would have loved to have.
In all fairness, at least they refunded the money.
That's fair.
Yeah, well, I think they legally would have to, but I think I can't say, I can't say they should have just let people keep it, because on the back end they have to pay those licenses anyway.
Yeah, they're good for it.
But I can't say a company should just straight out lose money because they made a mistake.
You know what I mean? Is like it's when the companies do like the cool thing and they honor something.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
But of course, a company's only really ever going to do that when it's in their best interest,
and it doesn't cost them that much to do it. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Man, that would have been incredible, though. Of course, I missed the sale and everything like that, but still, like, I feel bad for the people who were able to take advantage of that at the time, because that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah. Man, I love me some James Bond.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
And this is funny, not even being the thing you were going to talk about.
I know. There's a big old discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing I was going to bring up, and I'm going to bring up right now, is I finally watched X-Men 97.
No.
Yeah, I fully caught up. I mean, I don't know how many episodes are in this season, but I watched...
there's 2 more after the ones you watched.
Okay, so 10 episodes total?
Yeah.
Because I watched episode 8.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the 10-episode seasons. I mean,
they
just need to go back to 12.
Yeah.
12 was a good number.
13 even. I mean, well, also, we're like so far down from the heyday of, well, we got a series order for 65 episodes.
Yeah, no, that's never coming back, but the 10-episode streaming series is kind of bupkis.
But when they're 10 episodes that are this good.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, that's one of my little, I wouldn't even say a gripe. Is a qualm less than a gripe?
Yeah,
maybe a issue. I'd call it an issue, because an issue is even less than a gripe. But I will say the episodes are a little too jam-packed.
Yeah.
Like, they're not that they're like busy or too fast-paced. They're just like, there's like, so far have been 3 storylines that could have been like season finales. But they're just bam, bam, bam right after each other. There's like only one real episode that seemed like it was a kind of, mutant fun of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
that's not even
I feel like Jubilee's episode.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Jubilee Mojo episode.
Well, that one was still half of it was life death, which was
that too.
But I know what you're saying about it. Like they're jamming a lot into these episodes.
And I can understand that, because they probably didn't know how much they would get out of this. They probably were going into this thinking, okay, we got the green light. They're not going to fund a second season because this thing's going to be super esoteric and like only, half a dozen people over the age of 30 are going to watch it. So we better put as much as we can into this.
But I kind of like it because I'm so used to this decompressed storytelling where it's, a very minimal story over 10 episodes, or in the case of the other MCU shows, 6 episodes, where it's just like they're trying to pad stuff out. I kind of like that this is just like, no, you want Genosha, we're giving you Genosha. You want the Shi'ar Empire, we're giving you the Shi'ar Empire. You want Jubilee and Mojo World, we're doing that.
Oh, spoiler alert! We're gonna
if you don't want to know,
yeah. Well, I mean, I think at this point, because all 3 of us are caught up, we're going to talk about with like spoilers and everything like that. So,
yeah, spoilers ahead.
Yeah, I'll put spoilers in the notes as well. So,
I just really, before we dive in anywhere else, I cannot explain how happy Nightcrawler, his portrayal, and his badassery has. I am so fucking happy.
Oh yeah,
about him being there.
Yeah.
Like this is the Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Nightcrawler, and I love it. I am so there for it.
Yeah, like if you have a favorite mutant in like the main lineup, like they've had a great moment, and even if you have a favorite obscure mutant, they have shown up at some point.
I was gonna say, just watching it, it's like going like in Genosha. It's like, oh, there's Dazzler. Oh, there's Boom Boom. Oh, there's Guido. Oh, there's, just sitting there back and forth.
I like how none of us call him Strong Guy because the name's so dumb, and it's just Guido.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the most generic name. Nobody wants to call him that.
Yeah, I saw Guido's... Pixie. I'm like, oh my god, Pixie.
Yeah.
I fucking adore Guido. I always have.
Yeah, I love when he shows up. War's coming, kids.
Yeah, he even got a fucking line.
That was great. I was like, I really expected just to see him in the background, but nope. Got a speaking role.
I like that they're also kind of moving out of the Claremont era and pulling in like stuff from the Morrison era.
Yeah, and then they're also kind of that whole 90s period where I stopped reading comics because of X-Men, but they can take the stories that were okay and make them better.
And work with the current continuity they've established. So obviously, like, with the events in Genosha, events have been moved around a little bit.
Yeah. Obviously.
But it works. It works. Like, it's just... that's the hindsight of having, like, 20 years of X-Men stories since you last did the show. No, it was, what, 30 years?
Yeah. 96, so almost 30 years.
Yeah, almost 30 years, yeah. So they've had all that time to kind of, like, look at that, and then, like, okay, well, we have all these events from these other runs. How can we integrate them? Yeah.
So I also want to say that, like, this show, I adore the writing. Here's the thing. I didn't like Morph for a lot of reasons in the original run. I think he's a great character in this.
Oh yeah, Morph is fantastic.
Like, he's interesting. They've done something with the PTSD. I love the fact that him and Wolverine just seem like close as hell, possibly real close. Turn into Gene, Morph. Anyway,
so my problem with Morph is he just seems a little too OP. Like,
a little.
He's not really OP because every time he transforms, he gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's kind of
just dealing with the Superman issue. Like in Justice League, when Superman, you needed to, like, increase the threat of a villain, you knock out Superman.
Well, that's the same thing they do with Professor X in the movies. It's like, well, this guy could just stop all of it. So.
Yeah, he could just, like, burst everybody's, brains.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say, Morph just, like, I guess it's easier to do it that way than it is to just say, well, he could mimic someone's powers, just not, as good as them.
But here's the thing. It's also incredibly inconsistent.
Like he's got a healing factor.
Because, he could just walk around as, Colossus all the time.
Well, and here's the thing that throws me about Morph is, like, this is me being kind of a nerd and pedantic about it, but, which is a great show for that, by the way. His power doesn't make sense with some of the transformations. Like for example, Juggernaut is not a mutant. If he's supposed to be able to only duplicate mutant powers,
I thought he could do, like,
I don't know. Like, because I always understood as he's able to duplicate mutant powers, but then again, also, like, when he transformed into magic, wasn't he also using magic as well?
That's a good point. I think it's just a show.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it's a TV show. We should really just relax.
When he transformed into magic, I only remember him using swords, which is also odd that he can, like, grow swords out of himself.
Yeah,
too.
That is a little
like
weird.
He can, like, the costume thing I can get because otherwise he's just going to be, like, wearing his own clothes. But, like, when it comes to weapons, like if he turns into Cable, he just have guns.
Yeah. So that's the
fair.
thing that throws me about Morph. But again, it's a fun fucking thing, and just seeing him like pull out Quicksilver to get his ass knocked out, it's still cool.
And like if he turned into Rogue, would he have her strength and because
would he have her absorption powers and he would absorb someone else's powers
Rogue's only mutant power is the absorption. The strength and flying is from
that's all Carol Danvers.
Could Morph into Juggernaut and move the Juggernaut?
Could he stop the Juggernaut?
If Morph turned into Thor, could he pick up Mjolnir?
Right.
If Morph turned into God, could he make a mountain so big even he couldn't pick it up?
If Morph turned into Morph, could he morph into Morph?
Yeah. So
my brains. I got one other thing to say about a character because I kind of had a point, which was I have categorically hated Gambit since the comic he was introduced in with Storm, when Storm reverted to being a teenager. I hated Gambit.
You did not like Gambit.
Hated Gambit. You know what, though?
This show made you sad he was dead?
No, I still hate him, but damn did they give him a fantastic ending. Like, I ain't mad at it.
Well, he's not dead.
Yeah, it's X-Men. Even if there's a body, they're not dead.
Even if there's a smoking crater where their body used to be, they're not dead.
Yeah. But nonetheless, they gave him that was a fantastic death. I was like, good on you, boy.
Well, here's the thing: when Beast mentioned Camertage, and they kind of talked about Cable unable to stop the Genosha massacre. It's following on the MCU rules that there's certain elements of the timeline that are unchangeable. So I don't think Gambit, as we know him, like they're not going to undo his death in the sense that it's like, oh no, Gambit's fine. Like, we'll either get him as the Horseman of Death.
Oh yeah, no, that's my guess.
Or he might get reborn if they pull the Krakoa or Krakoa.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to do a turn back time thing.
No.
They can't. They've already established that wouldn't work, and I do appreciate that they're sticking with the MCU rules, and like I appreciate, like, even though they're saying it's not in the MCU, like it obviously is because of the multiverse, but they're still functioning by those rules.
Yeah, I mean, it is in the MCU, but they're never gonna touch Tips.
Uatu was there watching.
Yeah, so. I saw that. I actually caught that because I knew it was coming, but I wasn't really looking for it.
But I
saw it in the sky.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh. Can we talk about the animation on that scene with the Wolverine Nightcrawler fight?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, okay, first off, the fight itself was amazing, and just watching, because like somebody in the animation team was like, "Hey, remember the opening of X2? Okay, that, but what if correct Nightcrawler?" And then him teleporting with Wolverine was one of the most amazing things in that show.
Oh God, yes.
Him pulling Logan through and the weird stretching thing, and Logan like, what the fuck?
So, canonically in the comic, people that are traveling with Kurt for the first time get very ill.
Oh, yeah.
And that shows why they get very ill.
It's distorting. He is instantaneously teleporting through a hell dimension. So,
which is weird when you consider his Catholicism.
Yeah,
I know.
It's very Hellboy.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Can I just talk? Can I just appreciate that? Like, we're talking about X-Men and it's doing it so well. We haven't even fucking mentioned Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, or Baron Zemo showing up,
or Captain America,
or Silver Samurai. Yeah. Like, just
Silver Samurai was. I didn't really give a shit about Silver Samurai, to be honest.
I appreciate seeing, like, oh shit, yeah, no, we're getting more of the MCU characters, we're getting more of the Marvel characters in this. But like the fact that like fucking Spider-Man showed up, and I guess the showrunner confirmed it is the '90s cartoon Spider-Man.
He did. And given the way that show ended, I'm just glad he's back in his reality.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled the show and he was like somewhere else.
He was looking for Mary Jane.
They were literally doing
gone
Spider-Verse
through dimensions. Yeah, they were doing Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse, and they canceled it before they could have him find her.
It had the right Madam Web. It had the proper Madam Web.
Yeah, she was responsible for it, and they had Iron Spider. They had the whole goddamn thing, Mike. They had the one with the 6 arms.
Just the fact that it got canceled before they concluded it is hilariously corporate.
Mike, they ended with Peter in a version of the real world, swinging Stan Lee around.
So when did that Spider-Man series end?
I want to say 98.
So Spider-Man 99 is going to get announced then. That's too perfect. That's too perfect.
I really hope so.
Okay, that would be funny.
Yeah. It ended in January of 1998. So yeah, Spider-Man 99 is going to happen.
Well,
do it, cowards.
Considering, the success X-Men 97 has gotten, I wouldn't put it past them to at least try it. Yeah. See how it does.
Like, I lost my shit when Doctor Doom showed up, because this is like the first MCU. Like, again, we're quibbling about like the MCU thing, but like, no, that's MCU Doom, because they keep saying no, it's not in the MCU, but it definitely is. Like, that's going to be the big reveal, I think, with one of these. I think they're going to pull that trigger in Deadpool. They're going to reveals something about that.
I'm
you
sure.
think they're gonna have the animated stuff?
Well, I'm sure Deadpool will do some kind of like, MCU continuity, not reset, but alignment.
Yeah, especially if they're moving into sequel wars. Secret Wars.
It may as well be at this point,
right? But no, it's just I really am impressed, like how much like we love the X-Men in this, that we don't even really like mention like, oh yeah, Spider-Man showed up, because Spider-Man's always been the bigger character.
It's just good on its own.
Yeah.
Look, I'd been spoiled on Spider-Man. I'd seen, and I didn't realize. I was kind of a little disappointed when I finally saw it and saw it was just a quick cameo.
Yeah, I was hoping for dialogue.
Whereas opposed with Cap, who was there with a whole scene with Rogue.
That was great.
We still got 2 episodes, and we've got everything going on with Bastion and his Sentinel hybrids. So, there's a YouTube channel, Screen Crush. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Screen Crush.
Not really.
I know the name.
Okay, well, they do their little theories about shows. They do their post, here's Easter eggs and everything like that. Their theory is that we might be getting Avengers versus X-Men in the animated form.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw, there was a Gizmodo network article that said that, and I saw that. I didn't.
That would be interesting.
And besides, you also had Cap drop the name, like he said, like my team, and you had Thunderbolt Ross in that same episode.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, I was just glad for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Mike, do you want to talk about Bastion and who you thought did the voice?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up that since you mentioned Bastion. So when I heard him talking, I'm like going, motherfucker, is that Jeff Goldblum? Because I thought it was, and I pulled my headset off and I was like, Kevin, was that Jeff Goldblum? And he's like, I said something like, I don't remember exactly what I said.
Yeah, and I had looked it up, and the important thing is it's not Jeff Goldblum.
But even going back to it, like it was in the middle of the episode, so I continued on with the episode, and every time he was in there, I'm going, this sounds like motherfucking Jeff Goldblum. Mm-hmm. It's like, so whoever's doing that voice, he has a bright future as a Jeff Goldblum impersonator.
Oh man, I am really looking forward to these like last 2 episodes, because it's just been so tight so far. Like, I think they're gonna like do a satisfying ending.
Yeah,
and I'm curious to see where that leaves us, especially if they say that the stakes, because like the attack on Genosha is one of the best things I've seen in any Marvel production. And the fact that it seems to be something that's going to stick around.
There was one thing about it that I did not like.
Gambit?
Ace of Base? Really?
It's 90s as fuck, dude.
I know it's 90s as fuck. It was hilarious, but I'm like, God, I forgot about this song, and I'm not happy it's here.
It makes it so much more fucked up when you realize that flashback, that music that's playing in Jean's psychic vision in the earlier episode is that Ace of Base song.
Oh, God, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where it's Cable contacting her, right? And it wild shit, man.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Also, Sunspot finally doing shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy. I didn't know he could fly.
Pretty sure he could.
He couldn't fly when I was reading New Mutants. That's a more recent thing.
I'm kind of curious the big deal
was
now.
like, because like he had to like run and walk and shit. His big thing was just he absorbed solar energy and could like shoot stuff and punch real hard.
I don't know, if you had asked me to picture Sunspot and what his repertoire included, I would have said he flew.
Yeah, it says flight, but I don't know if that's like a post.
But that's like I feel like that's more recent though. I don't mean like, the last couple years. I just mean like more recent than when I was reading.
Right. Well, and it might be because I know that they started setting up secondary mutations because we had Emma Frost.
Oh yeah, Emma.
So I'm wondering if it might. I don't know if his secondary mutation would have triggered yet.
I think it's just a byproduct of his, sun powers. Hot things you can fly with. If you get something hot enough, it's gonna fly.
You know what made me sad was Beast's reporter girlfriend.
That was...
Oh, man, Hank's got bad luck in love.
Well, so, she kind of whiffed a little bit, but, tried to make up for it, and then Hank just was, a jerk about it.
Let me tell you something. There's two things they've set that I think they've set up. First off, in more recent comics, Hank has become a villain.
Really?
And I think they might be angling toward that.
I mean,
gradually.
I could see him siding with Cyclops as Cyclops becomes more of a hardliner, because they're definitely setting up Cyclops.
Yeah, but also, my brain just dumped all data. The other thing I thought they were setting up. Fuck, my brains, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
Sorry, brains.
So here's a question. Did you guys ever watch The Marvels?
I have not.
I didn't.
You guys know about the post-credit scene, right?
I saw the post-credit scene.
So here's my question.
I think I was told about it.
I know that it's Kelsey Grammer playing Beast in that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's based on this.
Yeah,
Hank.
do you think it's the X-Men 97 Beast?
I don't know, because it also has her mom there.
Yeah, well, I mean, and we know that other superheroes exist.
Yeah.
In this setting.
I don't know if it is or not, but, if it is, it's the same way. I think he's the X-Men 97 Beast in the same way that Patrick Stewart was X-Men 97 Xavier in Doctor Strange.
Right, and I think that's what they're going for there. Because, I feel like, because every time they show Beast in that lab coat, I keep thinking, no, I mean, you have Kelsey Grammer do the voice, and then that's the one that was in the Marvels.
Which I did really enjoy his characterization as Beast.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to see him look like Beast.
Yeah. As many problems as X3 had, there were some cool bits, like getting the fastball special. Well, kind of. Yeah, kinda, yeah. But.
And we did get just a great... But I was just really happy to hear him say, "Oh, my stars and garters."
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like, Beast is a delight, man.
He is.
I guess my...
Oh!
Yeah, go for it.
I finally remembered. I feel like they might be trying to set up the Scott-Emma thing.
Yeah.
Like, that might be a thing coming, since him and Jean are, in a weird spot.
Yeah.
And he apparently has to have a psychic woman.
Well, more room for Logan.
Well, eventually him, Jean, and Logan.
Yeah, honestly, I'm there for it.
Yep.
No,
they're a throuple in the comics.
Yep.
Wait, they went full...
Well, it's been hinted because the Summers all live on the moon. And Wolverine's there. And Cyclops... Jean has a room. And there's a front door. And there's a door that leads to Logan's room. And there's a door that leads to Cyclops' room.
Yeah, her room's right between them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With a door to each.
Well, and it was also part of the... was it Krakoa or Kratoa? Krakoa, yeah. It's part of the thing. And it's funny because it was... I remember Nightcrawler being the one to deliver the line, be fruitful and multiply, because it was the idea that mutants had to, start boning.
We got a hump.
Yeah, no, and it's literally like Nightcrawler, because they ask him because he's the religious guy, right? Well, how's this deal with your faith? It's like, no, be fruitful. So
we need... Yeah, you need to make this okay for everyone.
Mm-hmm. But
I mean,
yeah.
I guess Scott and Logan aren't close enough to Eiffel Tower. They just don't like each other enough to.
That'd be a lopsided Eiffel Tower.
Right. It's like a leaning tower of Pisa.
Yeah, Logan is not a tall man.
Well, Cyclops can't even look into Logan's eyes.
Yeah,
Logan's got to look up to him.
Yep. Man, this is a weird conversation.
It's a weird subject.
It is.
We also, which Summers kid was it? Rachel. Rachel Summers was in that flash forward as well.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the thing about the show. It's like spot the reference. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's candy for people who know X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good times, man.
I am so freaking happy with that show.
We'll have to talk about it again when we do when we all watch the finale and we have the whole season to wrap about. Up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that puts us just a couple weeks out from Deadpool and Wolverine. Which, that's some timing, huh?
Yeah, I tell you. Also, we're like 4 days away from new Doctor Who, but that's not going to be my topic.
You and I will talk about that.
Yeah. Do we want to take a break?
It's definitely not my bag,
let's go ahead and take... Did you have any other final thoughts, Mike? I know we kind of trampled over your thoughts with our opinions, but...
We're just so excited.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I agree, and yeah, I do not have anything extra to add.
Just, okay, good or bad? You like it?
I started off with saying it was great.
Okay. I just wanted to get that out there again.
That's what he led off on.
I'm sorry.
No,
I just wanted to hear it again because I love the show so much.
No, it's cool. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. This is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show.
And welcome back to X-Kink, the podcast about kinky X-Men shit. Kevin, you had something to say.
Yeah, something I thought about during the break. So, you know how everybody was complaining about Rogue's ass being shrunk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, okay, first off, that was like literally one shot where her ass was ginormous.
Yeah, that was a tween shot where it was just not a very good
somebody just
model.
drew like a dump truck on her. But the big thing is, all right, you're complaining about that. We got the Goblin Queen, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, I think everybody that watched that was like, if I were still 13.
Well, I was also saying that the flat rogue butt was a tween shot, too.
Oh, yeah, that too. Everybody's just choosing bad shots.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing about the Goblin Queen. I think her costume in the show was sexier than the real costume.
Yeah,
because it's just the right amount.
Yep. And they really put a lot of work into the... Anyway.
With the sailor transformation into the Goblin Queen. The Sailor Moon transformation.
I love how everything uses a Sailor Moon transformation now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Steven Universe, He-Man got a Sailor Moon transformation.
Fucking Superman.
In my adventures with Superman, which is coming back this month.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. That looks amazing.
Now,
even if we're getting like Twink Luthor.
I was about to say, can we discuss the fact that Luthor is in fact Pidge from Voltron now?
Yes. But, like the design is identical, but you know what? Yeah. I'm down for it. I like the idea of like skinny Twink Luthor, and then like the minute he loses his hair,
evil. Yeah. And he does like a prison style bulk up and has tats.
You know, at least it's better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Anything is better than Jesse Eisenberg. The guy, what's his name? John Cryer from 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
Was a better Lex Luthor.
I need to watch that. I need to catch up on those like DC CW universe shows.
The only thing I watched after a long hiatus was the Crisis on Infinite Earth specials because I wanted to see Kevin Conroy as Batman in live action finally.
Oh, and then Brandon Routh as Superman again.
God, that was so nice.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they gave him a chance to go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to talk about a couple things.
Okay.
Because it's my segment. I'm taking over.
Okay, Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, this is the Wolfman. Ow! Sorry.
Wolves of London.
Three Dog. Ow!
This is Three Dog, which we'll get to that in a minute. First off, this new book got put out like super recently. It's called 42, and it is the author got access to the Douglas Adams collection at Cambridge, which is everything from Douglas's office. After he died, his wife and daughter donated it all to Cambridge, and he got to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. And it is a collection of interesting and just insightful stuff, like early sketch comedy stuff. The entire British rail system completely destroyed because one of the guys suddenly realized what existential dread was. It's just weird sketches and like personal letters to people, poetry, and just journal type entries from tons of spiral notebooks. And man, do I relate to a lot of his feelings. Like this is a man who I don't think you'll find a lot of people that won't admit that Douglas Adams was fucking brilliant. He did not feel brilliant at all. Like complete imposter syndrome. Just terribly depressed a lot of times. Had trouble getting started on anything. And then it's extremely insightful. I highly recommend it. It's photos of the individual pages and stuff, and then like the more important stuff is transcribed. There's stuff about Doctor Who when he ran that, stuff from the recording of the radio show of Hitchhikers, information about the TV show, which there was a great anecdote in there. You know how when the missiles are coming at him, Arthur hits the improbability drive button and turns them into a whale and a bowl of petunias. All right. A big spoiler on like a 40, 50-year-old book. So what also happened is the bridge of the Heart of Gold is changed. In the book, it turns into like this weird, like, they're in a garden and like all the instruments are in marble tabletops and stuff. In the TV show, there were houseplants added because of budget. But Adams had this one idea that there was going to be a goat, just a live goat, with a scale model of the Eiffel Tower strapped on its head. And no one was ever going to acknowledge the goat was there, and it was just going to follow them all for the rest of the series. And the producer was like, "What fuck? No! What the fuck?" So they didn't get along at all.
Well, I mean, from a practical standpoint, I understand his.
Oh, yeah, no. If I were the producer, I'd be like, "Douglas, it's brilliant, but we're not cleaning up goat shit."
Right.
It's a long a very eloquent saying. It's a long way to go for a lame joke.
Yes. But man, I mean, it's brilliant. It'd be hilarious. Just no one ever acknowledges the existence of the goat. But yeah, no, I understand why it was cut. Would have been great.
Now I want to bring something up because it brings up a question. Now, you'd mentioned that his family had donated his library of stuff from his office to Cambridge, right?
Yeah.
So here's a question. Death comes to you and he says, when a certain person dies, you choose, you get 5 minutes to grab whatever you want out of their office. Who is it that you're choosing?
Well, early for the game, isn't it?
No, this isn't the game. I'm curious.
Oh, I know. Who am I God
yeah,
damn.
death is like, you get to choose the person, you get to go into their office and take whatever you want for 5 minutes.
The problem is everyone I would say is already dead, and their stuff has been donated to a museum or a college.
So death gives you a fucking time machine.
Fuck Adams. It's either Adams or Jim Henson. I'm stealing a Muppet.
All right, how about you, Mike?
Okay,
I want to hear what Mike says, and then I'll say what I thought Mike was going to say.
The only person I can think of that, had that much of an impact, I would really want to see their notes and everything, would have to be Robert Jordan.
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to say. But what would you get? Is there anything in particular?
I just want to know, everything. I just want.
Oh, you want to read the notes for the Outrigger novels, don't you?
No, I just want to know, I just want the Bible. I want the, all the stuff that he never was able to get to.
Yeah. See, I really thought you were going to say you would steal his umbrella stand full of swords.
Oh, I figured he was kind of pertaining to to the writings and stuff.
No, you can take whatever you want. You got 5 minutes though.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely, if I chose Robert Jordan, I'd steal the umbrella stand full of swords because.
I won't say I wouldn't take a sword. 5 minutes, I can grab a sword and a book.
Right? Sure.
You can even spear the book on the sword.
I don't know if I'd do that.
I would probably go with George Lucas just so I could dig up some sort of notes on Star Wars to just continue the continuous fighting of the fandom for all of eternity.
God. You're mean.
Yeah. Oh, here's the real answer. What if you could take a body?
Wait, no.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes in the room. You're gonna take the body?
No, dude. What am I gonna do with a dead Douglas Adams? He died at the gym.
Perform a puppet show.
Look, seriously, you really want me to grab a dead body that probably has sweaty balls?
Daddy body. Sweaty dead body.
Sweat daddy body.
I'm just saying, you've got 5 minutes. You take whatever you want out of that room.
Violate his corpse.
God, this got weird quick.
No, you're the one who jumped to violating. I just say take the body.
I don't think the body's worth anything, both, to me.
It is to the family.
To science.
Well, it is to the family.
You're going to ransom the corpse of your favorite beloved author?
I don't know, maybe.
I guess so.
Going to stick it in a mason jar?
I'm going to make a mummy.
Yeah, God damn it, you motherfucker.
You have a long way to go for a joke.
Ghost Forge is giving me shit for that now, too, so thank you.
I'm sorry, I was very curious about, you got 5 minutes in the office of your favorite dead person.
Yeah.
What are you going to grab?
Well, so yeah, I recommend if you're a fan of Douglas Adams.
There's stacks of money, that's what I'd grab.
Their checkbook. Oh. Until the body's reported. Those checks are still good.
All the money's gone. What the fuck? But no, I was going to say, if you're a fan of Douglas Adams, I do highly recommend it. There is some very funny stuff. There's some very insightful stuff. Mm-hmm. It also has letters from friends to Douglas. It's been 23 years, and it's letters from people like Stephen Fry that are complaining to Douglas for dying so soon and being like, you didn't even get to see ebooks. You created ebooks, and you didn't even get to see them.
True.
Yeah, and and one of the things in there was Stephen Fry going, I wish you were here so you could just shit all over Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Because Musk cites Adams as one of his biggest influence, and Adams would be like, I hate you.
You're a tool bag.
Adams would fucking destroy him.
Oh, I would. And when I read that, I was like, we were robbed.
Yeah.
We were fucking robbed. Hey, he was only 50-something.
Yeah.
Fucking heart attack. In the gym. Fuck. That's why I don't exercise.
I'm pretty sure that's also why he died.
Oh no, he exercised regularly, but it was it was one of those undiagnosed heart conditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See your doctor, kids.
Yep.
So, besides that, let's talk some more about Fallout.
So that's the other major topic of the show every week.
Yep. Welcome to the Fallout podcast. So, I've been playing Fallout 4. Like everyone else on the fucking planet after the show got done. I started playing Fallout 4. And there's some quests that I've been doing that I fucking adore. Let's talk. Have you done the Silver Shroud?
The Silver Shroud. Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
we just talk about how great of a quest that is, where you get a parody of the Shadows costume and apparently just suffer a psychotic fucking break and just have the option of being the Silver Shroud in dialogue.
Well, and it's great because the way the dialogue is set up, you get the impression that your character was a fan before the bombs fell.
That's one of the options when you're talking to the guy. You're like, I used to listen to it for every new episode. And dude's like, there hasn't been a new episode in like 200 years. What the fuck are you talking about? But
but I gotta hand it to the... Now, see, on my character, I'm playing the female avatar.
Okay. So you're playing Nora.
Yeah, I call her Judy, I think, in this one.
Yeah.
But like, the voice acting just kills me.
Oh,
like, the conviction in which she says those lines.
They're both good, but like Nate, when you play as a male character, he does it. It's over the top, and
they're both over the top.
Yeah, Nora is absolutely over the top as well.
So, one of the things that gets me is when the ghoul gets kidnapped, and you go and you come back to the memory den, and the lady that runs the memory den is talking to you about him getting kidnapped and she's in a panic. I stuck with the answer as the Shroud option. And she was like, oh my God, would you stop? This is serious. And I'm like, no, I have committed to this bit.
I am the Shroud.
I am the Shroud. And, but I love that one. And I'm just having a ball in the game this time.
Like so you've mentioned the Silver Shroud. What's another one of those quests that you really liked?
Oh, let's see. Okay. In Diamond City, there's a guy that sells baseball bats.
Oh, God.
And if you talk to him about his swatters, he tells you about the story of baseball. And he describes it as you kill each other, the teams killed each other with the baseball bats. And you have these dialogue options. And sometimes I go with, and Nate just goes, sounds fun. In that cadence, I'm like, well, this is fucking hilarious. But the other one is, that isn't baseball.
Yeah, hey, dumbass.
Hey, dumbass, that's not baseball. And I was like, this is so fucking great.
There's so many really fun fucking moments in the game. I just earlier today I did the one that takes you into hallucinogen.
I haven't done that yet. I just got the quest.
Oh, have you ever done that before though?
No.
Okay.
I remember it a little bit dimly.
Yeah. You go into basically a drug manufacturer and chaos ensues.
Yes. Okay. I did that years ago.
Yeah.
Kevin makes new characters. I just keep playing the same character. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to 31 on my first character, and then I respect for max intelligence, and now I'm level 51.
Yeah. Well, I've modded the game, and first off, I got this gun. It's a Walter P99 because it's a Walter P99. How am I not going to get that? The other thing is just a very cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
I have painted all my armor and guns Vault-Tec themed. They're all blue and yellow with Vault-Tec logos on them. I'm going for a thing here. So,
So another quest that I really enjoyed is there's a quest that leads you to a set of power armor, the Black Devil.
Yeah, I did that one. That. That's one of the ones they added to the with the update.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet.
That one's a lot of fun. It's kind of like it kind of reminds me of the Mantis and Starfield. Because Starfield had a whole superhero alter ego thing. They kind of do this. Yeah, they do the same thing here in Fallout 4. But as far as mods go, so obviously I have the one that enables dog meat and a partner.
That was the first one I downloaded.
Yeah, it's amazing how often people mod the games to fix the things that Bethesda should have done in the first place.
Well, here's the thing: when they fixed it to where you can have dog meat, there's already dialogue for if you have dog meat with a companion.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They just re-added it.
Yeah. Because it was always intended that you were supposed to be able to take dog meat with you along with a partner, and then they never did or whatever, and then the modders well, all the stuff is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with you guys?
Yeah. What is wrong with Bethesda?
I don't know, because fucking Starfield. Anyway.
Most of my mods, though, have been radio stations.
I was doing that, but I keep going back to Diamond City Radio because
there's one station you should get. I forget the name.
This last time, is it the one with all the science fiction radio shows and stuff?
No. This one is Dollar Country, and what I like about it. Oh,
I saw that mod.
Yeah, it's good because it actually has host segments, and the guy is in the wasteland, and he talks about he's in character. He's like, if you see a raider, say hi, or I guess don't. People die that way. Just be careful.
That's the one thing that wears on me about Diamond City Radio is I'm at the point where it's just the host segments are just the same.
Well, now are you on the old Travis or new Travis?
Oh, I never want Travis to be confident.
I
did the quest in the way that you keep unconfident Travis.
What I love is the unconfident Travis. There's one part where in one of the segments he just absolutely fucking loses it and starts hitting his head against the table.
Yes, I love Travis so goddamn much.
And it's so fucking funny because all his bits are pre-recorded.
Yes.
He left that
let it go. Oh, no, what gets me is...
Come on!
It's okay, we didn't get 3-dog, but we got the least 3-dog human on the planet, and it's glorious.
Yes. What are some of the other mods I have? Speaking of, fixing shit that, Bethesda should have had in, I can't use console commands because I'm on the Xbox, right?
Right.
So how the fuck am I supposed to tell what my affinity is with my companion? So I had to download a goddamn mod in order to check that. So in the game, it's in the form of this holotape that goes into your Pip-Boy, and then it will show you the affinity levels and a custom illustration of the character or whatever. But it was because I was getting tired of because I was trying
talking to him.
I was trying to get McCready to be to get max affinity with McCready, and he's very finicky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's very finicky. But thankfully, I found a exploit at the Atom Cat's garage because there is a safe next to a terminal that can then lock the safe. Mm-hmm. So what I would do is I'd pick the safe, lock it, sit in the chair for 2 hours, in-game time. I'd just sit in the chair. Yeah, so it's a chair, a terminal, and a safe there. And I must have done that 20 times.
Just grinding
but
affinity.
I couldn't. But I couldn't tell what my affinity level was, so I finally went and got a mod, and so I was at 98% with him.
See, Piper really likes lock picking as well, and I do a lot of lock picking, so I have not had a problem with that.
So I have a question, since we're all pretty familiar with Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. Who do you think's the worst companion?
Most people are probably going to say Preston.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Preston as a
he's
companion.
just kind of boring.
I don't know. So, the one character I can't stand, like
Kate.
It's Kate. Like,
yeah,
her accent.
I'm pissed at her right now.
Bad.
I just finished her fucking quest and she disappeared and I can't find her.
That's when you need to do console commands and make her pop back.
I can't do the console commands.
I know.
Freaking,
but yeah, like literally, I
find her holotape.
Actually,
yeah, no, like I
I
helped her at Vault 95, and then like she's like, okay, yeah, let's go. I get out of the vault, and she's just fucking gone. And I've teleported to every single settlement I have, and I cannot find her.
Have you checked the war zone?
Yes, I've checked the combat zone, and she's not there either.
Okay.
I'm gonna look again because maybe she was leaning against a pillar and I didn't see it. But usually you can hear them say something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, funny thing is, I forgot, like, last time I played Fallout 4 was quite a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'd stopped playing as the, expansions were coming out. And I had stopped playing in Far Harbor. So, when I restarted again after watching the show, I was in Far Harbor doing some of those quests, and I needed to fix my power armor. So I was like, well, fuck, I don't have any resources here. So I had to come back to the mainland. And while I was here, I started getting sidetracked, of course, and all the other stuff. I started looking at my settlement things.
The law of the wasteland.
Yeah, and one thing led to
sidetracked
another.
by bullshit.
And because of a weird glitch, I was in Sanctuary. It's like, I need to like fast travel somewhere to fix this because it's a Bethesda bug, and I'm sure fast traveling and then coming back will fix it. So I fast travel just to Red Rocket, right down the road.
Yep.
And when I got there, I discovered that I had never developed Red Rocket, but it was a dumping ground for all my companions. Every motherfucking companion except for my robot. Ticklebot is my robot. It's one of the expansions had where you can build your own robot and make it a companion. So that was my current companion was Ticklebot. Everyone else except Dogmeat was at Red Rocket. And so
ironically, the dog was not at Red Rocket.
Yeah, no, he was right outside my house at Sanctuary because he has a dog house there.
He's a good boy.
I show up there, and guess what happens? Every motherfucker starts saying their lines to me. All the canned companion lines just start coming out. They don't talk over each other, so apparently they're scripting for them to know when one's talking, just one after another. Piper's talking, then Dance is talking, then Kate, then Curie, then Preston, then just everyone talking.
I also am not fond of having Dance around, but that's me.
But just one after another. It's just like, holy shit, would you just shut up?
Well, here's the thing about Dance. If you're into the Brotherhood, he's fine. But usually people who are like really into the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because the Brotherhood, they're like the Space Marines.
I know.
Of the setting.
They're not the good guys. They're just some guys.
And so in this, you also have the option of basically infiltrating them and like bending them to your will in a bit of a way.
Oh
yeah. So they're basically my bitch now.
Oh, nice.
My plan is my goal is to be able to save the Railroad, save the Minutemen, and remain on friendly terms with the Brotherhood. So the only thing I'm trying to destroy is the Institute. I know it's possible, but it requires you kind of like playing to a certain quest in each faction.
Yeah.
To engineer it the right way.
Now, with all this being said, there's something else Fallout related I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The Spooky Dice Bag crew are interested in me running the Fallout tabletop RPG. So, I got me some PDFs.
PDFs.
I started reading the rule book because I was like, I've already got some ideas. And they, you know the history of Fallout, right? The game. It was initially going to be based on the GURPS role-playing system from Steve Jackson games. which Generic Universal Roleplay System is what GURP stands for. And because the original title was Fallout, a post-apocalyptic GURPS adventure, and they lost the GURPS license, so they came up with Special, the Special system. And so yeah, they kind of tweaked the GURPS system and ran the that's why the Fallout RPG stuff is the way it is. So now there is a tabletop RPG which can't use GURPS. But what they have done is translated all the stuff from the Bethesda games into a tabletop game, like action points. Okay. It is a tabletop game with AP. There are a lot of tables, which this is true of all role-playing games. Mm-hmm. I feel like rolling random loot tables is kind of for when you don't have a story. And there is a table for loot, and depending on what loot you get, there is a table to roll for that loot. There are tables within tables.
I heard you like tables, so we put tables in your tables.
Yeah.
I disagree because I think, it's useful to have those tables, even if you're a great game master, because there's going to be times someone looks in something for something you don't expect them to.
I do agree. I just think there's a lot of minutia in this book that if you know how to do it, you don't necessarily need.
Look, but there's no role to figure out how an NPC is going to greet a player.
In this book, there is.
There's probably not. You're just making that up.
I wish.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's kind of like that. There's a couple of that. It all has to do with you have to roll. It's weird. It's hard to explain. And also, the system is D20 related. To pass a check, you take your special stat, like your intelligence and your hacking skill, and you combine those two numbers, and then you roll a D20, and you have to roll that number or lower. So it's a little bit like playing Call of Cthulhu with the D100 system. Okay. So, the higher your skill level, the easier it is to roll under that. And difficulty, let's say you're trying to break down a reinforced door, I say it's a +2 difficulty. Well, then you roll 3 D20s and have to pass a majority of them. And if you get extra successes, those convert to action points. And you use action points to buy more D20s during rolls. So that there's a chance you will get the number of successes you need.
No, it's neat how they translate those kind of video game mechanics to the tabletop experience.
It kind of is. I'm really interested in that. But, I'm reading, and it's I do find it interesting. You can be a human, you can be a ghoul, you can be a super mutant, or you can be a fucking Mr. Handy. And I'm like, that's fucking great, just roaming around sounding like Matt Berry all the time.
Right.
Yeah. But it seems like a fun game so far.
It really does. And I see the value of having the encounter tables, because sometimes you want them to fight something and you don't want to plan out an encounter, so it's okay, here's 3 goblins. Yeah, that sort of thing. No, I totally get that. But yeah, to rely on just encounter tables
for the whole thing,
I don't know if most people would do that though.
Yeah,
some people do. I'm sure.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's fine. Fair. If you do that, that's great. I like more of a freewheeling attitude. My role-playing games are more of an exercise in improvisation. Because you can ask Mike, when I run Call of Cthulhu,
You say that like that's a unique thing, but that's pretty much every RPG. I've never played someone that wasn't.
I've played several that had multiple pages.
I mean, sure, but that's
like my friend Marty.
I mean, you write stuff out, but yeah, you're not,
Now, Marty was one of those people that used the tables. He would he mapped out weather patterns and shit. He was like, all right, you'll need to hurry up because there is, in fact, a storm coming in the next week on this campaign. And we're like, what the fuck?
But weather is one of those things that's not going to change based on player actions.
Oh, I know. But, like, he had all that shit mapped out. Like, he had, like, an adventure. He would bring out, like, a binder for the adventure.
Well, he had a lot of forethought into his stuff.
And I'm not saying I'm unique. I'm just more fond of the improv style of role-playing games.
And, I'm just saying that there's, you can't be an effective GM without, improvisational skills. Because otherwise your players are just going to run roughshod over you, and you'd just be sitting there going, what do I do now? God, they totally didn't take the bait, and now they're off in Nova Scotia harvesting baleen whales.
And this is a Forgotten Realms. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah. Encounter table, 12 goblins, go.
Yeah. It's just, but and trust me, my character in Marty's game really fucked up that adventure.
That's when the big blue hand of fate comes down and slaps the shit out of you.
Yeah, that was Paul's big tool for keeping people in line. You do something stupid. Well, the big blue hand of fate comes down and slaps you for 3 damage.
Yeah. I have a question about the TV show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a theory going around about what's going to happen to Thaddeus, and I wanted to see what you guys think about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So obviously Thaddeus's foot got fucked up, and he got that injection, and it healed him.
Yeah.
Is Thaddeus going to become a super mutant?
I know he's not a fucking ghoul.
Yeah, so in the show, Maximus made the conjecture that he got ghoulified, which never sat well with me.
Maximus is also an idiot.
Well, that, and he, I think he probably should just use the term some form of abomination.
Sure.
Instead of ghoul, because, because that's what they call everything that's not a human or a normal kind of
abomination.
Animal. It's an abomination. Because I think that was kind of if it wasn't, there was a misdirection. Those get the audience to think, he's turning into a ghoul or something. But yeah, I think I think it was Chicken Fucker got a hold of FEV virus somehow, and he turned him into a mutant.
That's what I thought. Sorry, go ahead, David.
I'm just going to say, if that character ends up playing a super mutant, it is going to be the best fucking thing.
I know. I will be extremely happy, and if you've played Fallout 4, I think he got Virgiled.
Yeah, he's going to be a high functioning super mutant.
I love the phrase high functioning super mutant.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I want to see what you guys think about that, because I could see them going that direction, and that would make me incredibly happy.
Did I bring up the Michael Dorn thing last time about New Vegas in Fallout?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so he's headed to New Vegas. In New Vegas, there's a character, a super mutant character named Marcus that was in Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas. And in New Vegas, he runs a settlement of, let's call them reformed super mutants trying to live a peaceful life. And the character's voiced by Michael Dorn. And I'm like, y'all, he's right there. Get him. Get him to voice a character. Get him and Dave Foley or I riot. Just saying.
So, kind of speaking of New Vegas, I saw some kind of pictures from back in the day. It was from the Fallout New Vegas premiere party or whatever.
Was Elon Musk at that one too?
Probably, but this is what I'm talking about. But there's had themed, an area that was themed to look like, the New Vegas wasteland. Mm-hmm. And it was pictures of someone who I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but who was there. I'm trying to remember the actor's name, though. Aaron Paul.
Really?
Yeah. He was just hanging out before he was even, really famous. He was just, I guess that was pre-Breaking Bad, right? Or maybe Breaking Bad had just started.
Well, I think he might have been in it.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of people that were in that game that shocked me. Hang on, I'll look that up. But
it just reminds me of those other like gaming promotional things where it's like you got Jason Alexander with a GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Or the friends teaching you how to use Windows 95.
So it's a thought about the actor thing. So it makes me think, was he there as talent, or was he there because, that's his jam?
Oh, crap, y'all. There's a character in the game in New Vegas named Victor. It's William Sadler. If you don't know who that is, that's Death from the Bill and Ted movies. Zachary Levi was in it.
Yeah, like a lot of actors, they do these things because it's like a quick payday for a very little amount of work things.
No voice
like
acting.
Ron Perlman, right? War never changes. That's always been Ron Perlman.
Changes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start my campaign with that.
I really need to play 76.
So it was post Breaking Bad because that started in 2008 and New Vegas came out in 2010.
Oh wow! Hey, Rob Corddry was in it.
Shit.
And of course, Michael Hogan, that's Colonel Ty, was the Doc at the beginning, Doc Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, welcome to Kevin Reed's IMDb. How are you?
Kevin's reading
that's
IMDb.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, while you're at it, give us the birthdays. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding.
Fuck you. That's your thing. Well, anyway, that was my thing. I just wanted to talk about it's interesting seeing a game based on a role-playing game system converted into a different role-playing game system.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it is cool. Just I love seeing the mechanics of these things.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate the attention to detail. It's like, well, how do you handle action points? Well, here's how you get action points.
Yeah.
Like it's clever.
And you can they also stole the luck system from the current version of Call of Cthulhu. You can spend luck points.
Mm-hmm.
And you can literally run out of luck. So, yeah, no, it's interesting.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my thing. That's all I wanted to say. Stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean that's fair. So I do have a game in mind, but I want to talk about something that was posted to our Discord first.
Oh. Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes, Ghost Forge had posted because we've talked about the Muppets several times. We've even mentioned them in this episode
Often.
Yeah.
Yes, and one of the first games we played, I think, was casting the Muppets in movies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Ghost Forge posted a picture of the Lord of the Rings cast, but with their Muppet actor counterparts.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin, you and I both had the same complaint about it, because otherwise it's pretty good.
Yes, this has Galadriel played by Miss Piggy, which is not where you go with that. It's Arwen. Arwen is Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Because you have to have Viggo Mortensen trying to fend off a horny pig.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only way that works.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, and that's what stood out. Everything else seems fine. Like Stetler and Waldorf as Denethor, as Den and Thor.
Yes.
That works. Beaker as Sauron. Perfect.
Yeah.
Uncle Deadly is the Witch King.
Oh, that's perfect, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Swedish chef is the mouth of Sauron.
Yes.
Now I'm looking at it.
Yep. I do like that basically the three handsome boys are the three human actors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I agree with Kermit. I think Sweetums was a bit of an odd choice for Gandalf, but you know.
I don't know.
I could see it.
I love
because then you could bring out an all-white Sweetums as Sweetums the White.
Oh God. Okay, yeah, I'll take it for that.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I could have seen. Should want someone with a little more like mainstream and capable of speaking, like Ralph or.
Oh, Ralph.
Or I don't know.
The wizard's never late, Kermit.
I'm looking who hasn't been used here.
Yeah. No, Animal's perfect as a
Animal
Gollum.
as Gollum. Yeah, that's like spot
perfect.
on. And
Precious.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bean Bunny as Samwise.
Yeah, I'm not really big on Bean Bunny. I would have had Fozzie as Samwise.
Yeah. But he's also really good for Gimli.
There's you could get somebody else for Gimli. There's another Muppet in there.
Yeah. Link Hogthrob or something. Just put a fake beard on him.
Yep. There you go.
Pepe the King Prawn as Legolas is perfect.
I think Link Hogthrob as Gimli, and he thinks he's the main character for the entire film.
Sam the Eagle is Saruman. Perfect.
No, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just calls everybody weirdos.
There's a lot of these I don't have problems with.
Yeah. Again, not really big on the Bean Bunny thing. Rizzo as a Pippin. Actually, the Mary Pippin, Gonzo, and Rizzo thing, really good idea there.
Elrond.
My idea.
I have a strong opinion
for Galadriel. Janice.
Yeah, no, Janice was Galadriel and Miss Piggy as Arwen.
It'll light your way for when all other lights go out, okay?
Yes, no, that's perfect.
Yep. No, that's, I like this for the most part, though.
Yeah.
We're all very happy with that. Thank you,
Ghost
Forge.
60% of the way there.
60 to, about 60%. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think with the Muppet talk over, the legally mandated Muppet talk of every episode of Distraction Hole.
Have we had a Futurama joke yet?
No.
No, we did. We did the Gary Gygax nice to meet.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Mike. You got the quote in. I appreciate it.
Before we move on, though, since I'm looking in the Discord Distraction Hole, God Themperer Ghost Forge mentions Brave Bang Braven as an anime for us to watch. It's like, it is on my list. I'm fully planned to watch it. Sounds completely absurd and amazing. And Kevin, in this anime, from what I understand, it's a mecha or robot anime, and the mech/robot is intelligent and has the hots for its pilot.
Oh no.
And it's a dude. It's a male sounding AI that has the high. It's like it's full of innuendo. Like he's like, pilot me. Like, I don't remember the pilot's name, but it's like, say if his name was Dave, it's like, pilot me, Dave. Get inside me.
Oh God.
You
made it weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could just change the program of the AI, but then that wouldn't be funny.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's one to look out for. I know that my the time I got turned into a slime or whatever it is, I don't remember what the fuck it's called. That's back. Yeah. So I've been watching that.
What's the one? I'm trying to remember. There's one that's back. I'm trying to wait for the season to be over before I start watching it. The one with Darkness and the Explodey Mage and Aqua. What is the name of that show? It's an isekai. It's one of the primordial isekai as far as anime adaptations go. You know what I'm talking about, David?
It sounds familiar.
But the little girl with the big mage hat, and she can only spell she does is makes things
Konosuba?
explode. Yeah, that's it. Konosuba.
Yeah, Konosuba. Yeah.
It's season 3 finally came out, and I'm just waiting for it to be over because I don't want to do the week-to-week grind.
Yeah, like I haven't had. I think the last season of the Slime anime was like in 2021.
Yeah.
So there's been a bit of a wait on some of these shows. It's crazy.
They're just taking their time, which I can't complain. Like as long as they're getting done. I mean, damn it, cat! You bit my toe. Cat bit my toe.
This has been a total Cat-astrophe tonight. So
Yep.
Oh, and here's the other thing. Like I'm watching my Slime anime right now, and like we're 5 episodes in, and 4 of them have just been meetings. Because it's one of those like administration isekai, like building the kingdom. So a lot of it is just people sitting in chambers or at tables, like talking about the goings on.
Look, whenever there's an isekai, but it like half the episodes are nothing but Excel spreadsheets, you know we're in the dark times.
It feels like that, man, sometimes. I'm still having fun, though. But I'm also just like, I was like 4 episodes into it, I'm like, you know what? There's been a lot of sitting and talking about things in this season so far. But anyway, let's play a game, gentlemen. What do you think? Do you want to play a game?
Is it thermonuclear war?
I was going to say, sure, Whopper, what you got for us?
Yeah, let's play Fallout. No, I'm kidding. So we're going to play a game of Would You Rather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And kind of the same rules as last time. I'm going to give you a choice, and then you are going to be able to, ask some questions about the choice. And of course, I'm always going to add complications to make it much harder to choose. Then you're going to pick. So here's the thing. I didn't have the question in mind. I just knew I wanted to play Would You Rather, so I have to make these up on the spot. So this will be fun. So, would you rather be able to generate enough earwax day to day to make a candle?
Oh, God.
Or would you rather have your saliva taste like some sort of beverage?
So the earwax candle thing, does that mean my earwax is now flammable?
A candle isn't flammable. A candle melts.
Well, but the wax has paraffin in it, and the paraffin is flammable. The wax has a fuel in it. That's the point of the wax.
Oh, okay. Yes. Your earwax is then flammable.
I'm going to go with the saliva.
Okay. Problem is, Kevin, your saliva tastes like split pea soup.
That's not a beverage, really.
It is if you drink it.
Okay, that's fair. And I actually don't mind the flavor of split pea soup. So
okay, rancid.
You,
rancid split pea soup.
Oh, fuck you. I guess the earwax then.
Okay.
Shit.
Well, here's the other thing. The earwax smells like dog poo. Like, it's a dog poo scented candle, like a novelty candle you get at Spencer's Gifts.
Okay, how's that different from my normal earwax?
You don't know what Kevin sticks in his ear.
You don't know me.
Any other questions?
So
it's either dog
Mike,
shit smelling earwax candles.
In either scenario, can I shoot myself?
Yes, you can, but it's always non-fatal.
Oh, man. And which are you going with, Mike? I made my choice, and I'm gonna lay down with my poo-poo ear candles.
Look, I guess I'd rather internalize the crap than externalize it. Like, if I'm gonna, I guess I'll suffer through the split pea soup saliva, because otherwise no one's gonna approach me with dog poo smelling ears.
Well,
that I could also make dog poo candles out of.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the thing: you don't have to make the candles.
But
you just get enough. You get enough earwax to make candles. Yeah.
So you're just making tons of shitty earwax every day. Like, you're making a candle's worth a day. So imagine how much you're just standing there and it's just like plopping out of your ears. That's still a not trivial amount of earwax.
Can you imagine the upkeep on that shit?
You'd go through, like, even though you're not supposed to put them in your ears, you'd be going through like a box of Q-tips a month.
I think rancid split pea soup is probably the best option here.
Really? Because I'll just take the earwax and get like a turkey baster and suck the stuff out.
Yeah, while you're standing in line at the grocery store, while you're at work, while you're sleeping. You wake up because it's not going to stop when you're sleeping, so you're going to wake up and there's just a pile of poopy earwax on your pillow.
Wow, guess I'll just keep shooting myself because neither of these are good options.
Neither of them are any way remotely appealing.
Well, I mean, that's the point of the game. So,
I know. But neither of them are, I don't know. They're both terrible.
Okay, I can't shoot myself, but I can light my fucking ears on fire.
There you go. Yeah. You have a flaming poopy earwax head.
And then,
you'll be like the worst version of Ghost Rider ever.
I am going to be like the weirdest fucking pirate.
It's like Blackbeard, only like shitbeard.
Shithead.
All right. So that was
Captain Shithead.
I want to see which of you can come up with a fucked up one. So who wants to try? Who wants to come up with a would you rather? Because I want to play. Kevin, right. You're pretty fucked up.
Mike, it sounds like Mike has one.
Would you rather have cats constantly making biscuits on you, or large dogs that are too big constantly trying to sit in your lap?
Well, here's the thing. I already live in one reality.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
same.
I will probably go with the overly large dog trying to sit on my lap.
All right, but they have constant, really bad gas. Like every time they sit in your lap, they're just farting. Just constantly farting.
Okay. Honestly, what about choose the cats?
Yeah.
They yodel. They yodel while they make biscuits.
Yole.
And not quietly either, like very loud.
Full on, like
off-key
Norwegian yodeling.
Yes.
So it's just basically a cat in heat making biscuits on you?
Well, no, yodel, but it's not like meowing. It's a man yodel.
So it's like a full-throated man yodel?
Yes. Even when you're asleep. The dogs, too. The dogs, when you're sleeping, are sitting on you, farting.
I'm still taking the dogs.
Yeah, I gotta say, I gotta go with the dogs on this one.
Yep, going with the dogs.
The smelly, farty dogs instead of the biscuit-making
the biscuits hurt more.
Well, here's the thing.
They're not hard biscuits.
But the yodeling is I think that's the one that kills it for me.
Yeah.
What if the farts are also loud? Like, not like ear-breakingly loud, but, the loudest fart you think you've ever heard. That's what the dog's doing.
I've slept in a room with people farting constantly before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here's the other thing. Dogs tend to be a little bit stinky anyways.
Yeah.
So you just kind of get used to it, I think.
You wouldn't get used to the yodeling?
No.
Just... Yodeling is a very... It's a very acquired taste, and sometimes I admit, like, hey, that yodel's pretty fun. I like that. Like, I'm playing Fallout 4, obviously. One of the mods, one of the channels is the Outlaw Country sort of thing, and it has some yodel kind of stuff, like country yodel.
Yeah,
and it sounds fine. It's kind of cool, but it's like if it was just that all the time.
Well, no, it's only yodeling when it's making biscuits on you,
which is constantly.
Well, no, I mean it's not going to be able to do it when you're standing up, obviously. Just when you sit down.
But then I have to stand up all the time.
Yeah, well, you have to stand up to get rid of the farty dogs too.
I mean, but here's the thing: the farty dog, like, the dog's already kind of stinky anyway, so like it's not. I can get used to the odor more than I can get used to just a constant yodel from a cat. Like a full-throated man yodel.
Ole. Yeah, no, I'm still going with the dogs.
Okay, well, you've chosen your.
I've chosen the animal I'm going to deal with.
You're going to lie with them.
All right, Kevin, you got one?
Nope.
Okay, that's fair. Would you rather be a Mumby? No, I'm just. Okay.
Punch you in the dick.
Oh, punch in the dick, please. So, I think that's it. I think we've run our course on this one.
Yes.
Fun times. Do we got any plugs? Anything we want to mention?
Listen to Supernatural Selection and Spooky Dice Bag, and keep your eyes out for new updates from Aaron Apprentice gradually.
Mm-hmm. We've got the last 2 months of submissions for the zine going on right now. supernatpod.rocks/zines. Send us in a stick figure cryptid if you want, or write us a poem. If you want to write an erotic fan fiction about Bigfoot, I will definitely put it in there.
Do it, cowards.
Yeah, do it. So, Mike, you got anything to plug?
No, one of these days I might, but not now.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so, I think that's it for the distraction hole. We didn't have a falling into the hole gimmick. I think we just kind of been, sitting together, feet dangling over the edge, just chilling, just enjoying life together.
Try not to fall.
Friends. That's what's important.
Friends.
Yeah, and that's going to be my positive affirmation. Friends. That's what's important.
Dangle your feet in the hole with friends.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to sit over a precarious pit with friends and talk about life and entertainment, do it. Just do it.
Fucking cowards.
All right.
Sorry,
so,
I just
that's
keep
the
throwing that out.
hole this week. See you next week with Supernatural Selection and another distraction hole. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Don't let the dog fart on you.